about 50% of migrants from South Asia and China, um, didn't fully understand Australia's voting systems, despite having lived here for 10 years or more. So 70% of our survey respondents, and we had nearly 200 survey respondents, it's not a small number, had lived here for over a decade, had obviously voted in at least one election, and only, partially understood Australia's voting system. That was a real eye opener. And of course, there was sections of, policymakers and media that said, but a lot of Australian born people don't fully understand preferential voting or other aspects of Australia's democracy. And to that, I would like to say, but they still get access to it in a little bit in primary school, a little bit in secondary school, and through their families, which isn't the case with these, first generation migrants. So I think that distinction is important to make. And we also have to think about whose responsibility is it then? Because a lot of people were getting interested in citizenship and in voting closer to the time of the election or close to the time of them becoming citizens, but they were going on Google. And we all know what Google algorithms are like. So I don't think that that would be the most reliable way of learning about, how to vote or even what kind of policies to look at, or even what the background of particular political parties is, and how that determines, what's going to happen in their local seat and what's going to happen nationally. So there were basically big knowledge gaps, unfortunately, even though a lot of our sample was quite media savvy. They were checking multiple sources. They weren't, this is a sample which obviously wasn't incentivized to participate in the research. So they aren't people who had zero interest. They're people who had a great appetite, but also had knowledge gaps, which I think is really telling of the diaspora as a whole.